was going to say, yeah, you're absolutely right, so I'm going to kind of repeat what she said. You know, that Hendricks also believes that a lot of times we're attracted to people because you give me the opportunity. Let's say you're an alcoholic and I am an alcoholic father. So I fall in love with you because you give me the opportunity to resolve unfinished business. It's all about healing ourselves or an attempt healing ourselves. But what is sad, and those of you who are therapists here know this, that for example with alcoholics, if you have an alcoholic parent, the percentage of people that will marry another alcoholic is incredible. And if they divorce, the percentage that remarries an alcoholic a second and even a third time makes you wonder if we ever get it right.
Well, but unless you've done some personal growth work.
Exactly.
So whether you're in therapy or you've gone to some kind of workshop that where you got enlightened or let go of your bars or whatever.
Exactly.
I guess I must be unique because I didn't know what an alcoholic was until I married one.
Really?
I didn't have a clue.
You didn't come from a dysfunctional family or an alcoholic family.
But you still walked into it. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have a clue. I thought I could actually fix it, and Al-Anon taught me I could.
That's right. That's the codependency.
Well, you know what? And I want to share something about Paul Pearsall. And
He's one of my favorites.
oh, is he? Yeah. You know what? He should be everybody's favorite.
He's in my book.
Is he? Yeah. His book is he's got several, but the one that I refer to in my book is Heart's Code. And what he talks about is really the brain and the heart. And we often look at the heart as being the feeling part and the brain as thinking. And what he clearly states, and he's a heart surgeon, I'm quite sure. I mean, he comes from...
He's dead.
He's dead. I didn't know that.
He wrote another one called The Pleasure Prescription, and I was getting the rights, and he had just died a couple months before.
I didn't know that. Okay. But he talks about how we really can create a cellular symphony. And that the heart really does have its own thinking power and the brain and communicates on another level to other hearts. And I would highly recommend any of his writings.
And now there's many medical doctors who are coming out with that. Bernie Siegel was one of the first from a medical point of view who saw that the heart had something to do. And that's back to that biology, your human sexuality is your biology. And now both with the neurology and the biology, there's many medical doctors who are realizing that heart attack and heart disease has so much to do with your love life or your sex life, and they're starting to ask those questions. So nurse practitioners and physicians' assistants who tend to go deeper into the history with the people, that's a class they teach now in medical school.
Well, you know, and look at the cliche that we talk about, that somebody died of a broken heart or their heart broken, and there's such wisdom in some of this kind of cliche stuff.
I thought I knew about love until I came in here.
Now, there's a couple more things I want to get in, and I know we're getting close to the hour, is I want to share, and one of the things that actually my editor for Sex for the Soul had come up with, so I don't know where he found it, but he came up with white magic, and I had never heard of the term. Have any of you ever heard of white magic?
Probably not in this context.
Probably, but not to do with sexuality. Okay.
White Tantra, white magic, and red Tantra is part of that.
Oh, is that where it comes from? Okay. And the whole thing with white magic, when we talk about meditation and, you know, going into alpha or hypnosis or an altered state of consciousness, there's more imprintation, you know, on the mind so that we can manifest our goals, our visions, our dreams, and so forth, and transform them into reality. That at the moment of sexual intimacy, where there is love and trust and that kind of complete transparency and openness, there is a coming together and a shift in consciousness, an altered state of consciousness and awareness.
I like to call that a joining.
A journey.
Joining.
Oh, a joining. A
Yes.
joining of hearts and minds and spirits where whatever visions we have, it's probably the most powerful moment in our being and in our existence. And you wanted to share something?
Yeah, I'm going to share something just briefly regarding this week, because if anyone can have the opportunity to do it, I don't even know if they're still doing it this week, it's where Mark Torgenson was playing some music, and they were doing something I want to say was Healing for the Soul. It wasn't like the big, 25 people and the healers running around the room. It was Carol Fitzpatrick, I think, was doing the class, and Mark, and they it was almost like a tantra type thing, even though it was
And the two
looking,
suits.
four people looking into each other's eyes. And I got to tell you something. I mean, I've never been through anything like this in my life. 3 total strangers, and we connected on a soul level, just staring into their eyes, and I felt a stronger love for them at that point in time. It was like there was some other communication going on other than.
I've had that experience in Sufi dancing.
And
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you something. And this is what really blew me away. My 3 different partners, 2 women, and the third was a guy.
Yes.
Okay, and it brought up some huge fears for me, right? I was
Yeah.
gay.
I'm
But
feeling
we
them.
bonded.
Right.
At some point, you let down the guard.
And that's when you
Yeah,
see the
that's
face of God. That was
I
the
know,
back to
but
that
I understand,
quote,
but
see
Yes.
the face of
What
God.
There's a
I
lot of
can
social
remember was scary.
conditioning. At
Yeah.
first, I
That's
was
right.
nervous about it, but I let down the guard.
Right.
And there was a communication going on at another level
Is that the correct?
that we were both smiling and laughing,
As
and
correct
like
as
we
I can
knew
think.
something was going on that we
Exactly.
felt the soul communication.
Exactly. And that is the eyes are the channels to the soul.
Right.
And
Yeah,
it
it was
goes into the
incredible.
depths of our being. Absolutely.
And at that point, I mean, I'm not gay, I'm totally heterosexual, but you could almost
It
feel
doesn't matter.
a bond
Exactly.
between
Doesn't matter.
2 people.
Right.
But what
exactly.
is
Two
sad-
human beings.
Yeah, I mean, it
2
was
spiritual beings.
Right.
But
And-
what is sad is how many people I have counseled that have been married 30, 40 years, and when I have them do an exercise with this contact to enhance their intimacy, they cannot handle it for more than a few seconds.
Looking at each
Oh,
other.
yes,
Right.
and I'm going to say one other thing, and the other is we have devalued touch. Touch. When we say, somebody rubs us the wrong way, or the healing powers of touch, we have to realize that there is an incredible intimacy in touch. And I want to read something for the book, and I want to quickly do an exercise. And because I love these last words. I believe our trajectory has been corrected. Otherwise, people like you wouldn't be reading books like this. Here, restart it. You are on the cutting edge of a renaissance in human relationships, where sex for the soul unites flesh and blood with the immortality of the spirit. When your sexual roots explode into the earth, your spiritual wings can fly freely into heaven. And what I would
Or
like
vice
to
versa.
do... Mhm. Of course, everything is a two-way street. And that is always my belief. What I'd like to do is just do a 2-minute exercise that is extremely empowering. And some of you may find yourself giggling. It's okay, but I don't want it to be disruptive. But what happened in the group the other day was quite incredible, because the people that were giggling the most, there was a shift. And half the people were crying. It was amazing, because I think it broke the veil. And they experienced a oneness with themselves. Because remember what we talked about earlier on? Not only to love another person is to see the face of God, but we escape that self-alienation. So, would you all just grab a partner, and it can be female, male, whatever.
I have a question since I'm just getting here. Have things been running late and running over? Or
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah, they have, and that's why he was late. Yeah. So
This
Yeah,
one
I
doesn't
apologize.
start
It's
till
4:30, so if you want, I can step out of the house.
you know what? This only takes like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Actually, you're not in that anyway.
And I couldn't find my music, so I'm
You're
going to
on
do
that
this. So everybody's got a partner?
You guys
Set
consider
up people here.
whatever you want to do.
Oh,
So if
okay.
you're not in and out, let them go.
Okay. Are you comfortable with two? We got more men
Do
than
you want me
women.
to step out now? since I'm
No, I thought we
No.
had an even number.
No, 7. Look
Well, you
behind
guys
you.
have to be partners.
Yeah.
She's out of the equation.
You know, and maybe one of you can do a 3 and just kind of feel a part of
I'm
it. I don't
happy
want
to
anybody
do
to feel
threes.
lost.
I love
Yeah,
that.
yes.
Go with the one.
It's my favorite.
Or would you guys be more comfortable with a woman where we split them
No,
up?
he will be my son.
Okay, here we go. This is, I love, this is such a powerful exercise. What? You can leave it on.
Come close.
Okay, now,
Scoot your feet. Okay, here.
simply facing each other in whatever position is most comfortable for you, with the person receiving now closing his or her eyes. So one of you will close your eyes.
You want to close?
To free your mind, body, and soul in all aspects of your being. We, representing all the powers that crippled you, now act to restore your power and freedom. We lift the burdens and chains of the past from you. We, representing humanity, take your hands Gently take your partner's hands. And restore to you the full capacity and pleasures of the sensations of touch. We touch your eyes. Gently touch the eyelids of your partner. And in so doing, restore the vision that you may see clearly and delight in a freshness of vision. We touch your lips. Gently touch your partner's lips. And you are free to speak. We touch your chest. Gently touch your partner's chest. And you are free to breathe. Breathe deeply and feel the life force following throughout as you inhale and as you exhale. Feel the life force flowing within you, rejuvenating, re-energizing, revitalizing your inner core. Feel the freedom of life, of breath, of movement of life within. We, representing humanity, embrace you. Now embrace your partners lovingly. And feel free to express yourself sexually. We touch your forehead.
Your
Forehead. Gently touch your partner's forehead.
Oh, wait, we're switching
This
partners.
is the opposite?
The opposite this time, or the same?
You can switch now so the other person gets them.
I had a bill.
Touch your partner's forehead, and you are free to think and know the fulfillment of your possibility and realize your full potential. In fact, why don't you touch each other's foreheads like you are doing?
I'm sorry you didn't get a woman tonight. We had a belly.
And free to think and know the fullness of your possibility and realize your full potential. We, representing your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your friend, lover, and all of humanity, do now set you free. Loving you, we free you to love and to be loved. And accepting that love, now feel every cell of your body opening to the love of the universe. And in accepting it, it is yours. Know that we can accept you and honor you as a harmonious part of the greater whole. We welcome you to freedom. The freedom to love and be loved, to bliss, to peace, and to joy.
Amen. How could you do that?
You guys have hard times.
I've got the sport.
I put my those for 20 years.
They had it comfortable. That's okay. You would have been okay.
Yeah, I should have closed my eyes. Yes.
It's the buckyball.
What's the,
I wouldn't do that to myself.
the geodome? Isn't that
It could be a age gap, I think.
I struggle with what touch you. I gotta tell you, I had a revelation today. And we'll talk about it later.
That's a wonderful energy.
Isn't that a great thing? I don't know.
And I'm usually
Yes.
the giver.
You know what? And I'll
So
see
nice to
tomorrow.
receive.
I want, yes, there's a TV station that this man is having, so if any of you are interested, I want to be able to contact you because you may want, if you look at it as a mall, we have a store in the mall where you can do your things and be all over the world. It'll be like a YouTube,
I
but
would have
only
liked to. I
professional
heard it was
people
just phenomenal.
and quality programs, not really, but you just put something.
I don't know if it was during that or afterwards.
And in any of your work, you know, if you do have a book too, we'd love to be reciprocal in what we might do. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Well, sometimes the greatest pain that we experience.
By the way, it's all possible to be married for
I really
30
truly believe that.
years.
I know, she's been married for more.
That's all.
The more
She's been
pain, the more
married.
you're focused on it.
My parents were married for 50 years.
Mine were in the 50s, died,
My
yeah.
dad died too.
And I found him through spirit.
Oh, did you
My
really?
mother was there. And he did not know anything like that.
Really?
But he had
But I'm not actually.
Well, Well, and that's what's most important.
Wisdom was smarter than we need.
Is that right? If anybody is interested, I'm going to be in the marketplace. If you're interested in some of the books or CDs, there's a CD on sexuality, the book, and some others. Thank you for coming. Thank you all for sharing this time. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, yes. I will be in the marketplace if you have any questions. And if anybody's interested in this TV thing, if you have something to offer.
You look beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you.